We are very happy to have you here this morning. Just a couple of announcements. First of all, if anyone couldn't make it this morning, they can follow everything online. The web address is livestream.ufs.ac.za. Children under the age of 10 should be accompanied by an adult and must be strictly monitored to prevent disturbances to the program. That is also applicable to unruly husbands, all right? So we do have seats at the back, special seats allocated for children under 10 and also unruly husbands. Now the university makes use of official photographers. They are here today and they will tell us a little bit more about their process. And if you want to know more about photos, you're more than welcome to just contact them. Just also after the ceremony, please do not come onto the stage and take photos. You're more than welcome to take in the rest of the venue, but not on the stage. Also, please continue wearing your masks. Graduates, you'll be told or you'll give an indication of when you can remove your masks. But for now, please keep them on. And also, please take your masks with you. We have a nice collection from yesterday. We don't need any more. So please, if you leave the venue, be so kind just to take your masks with you. Now, during the ceremony, please stand as the processions enter the hall and remain standing until the congregation has been constituted by the Chancellor or Rector and Vice-Chancellor. Avoid moving around during the ceremony and leaving the hall to avoid disturbing proceedings, rather. Please keep your cell phones on silent during the duration of the ceremony. And today is the time to celebrate the achievements of each graduate. Hearing the full names of each graduate being announced is very, very important to everyone. So we encourage you to cheer and to have fun, but make it fair on everyone, please. Then after the ceremony, the singing of the national anthem, please remain standing until the main procession has left the venue. So we're going to cross to drone footage in a while of the procession as they make their way to the Kalihiman. But, you know, we're a university, we do research here. So I want to do a bit of research, if you don't mind. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and if you agree with that question, we're just going to ask you to give a round of applause. Now, Prof. Twala has an applausometer here, and he's going to measure the loudness of the applause. Right, so first question is, who is excited to be here? Who is relieved to be here? I see a couple of the lecturers as well. Usually I get a nice response from the siblings when I ask this question. Who's surprised to be here? Actually, a couple of the graduates. That's pretty refreshing, to be honest. And lastly, who's proud to be here? And we are very, very proud to have you here at our graduation ceremony for 2022. Ronald, where are you? From Gordon Harris Photography. Now, he's going to run us through the entire program. Are you at the back? So, Gordon, what I'm going to do is, you're going to be our first graduate for today. This is something new. Are you fine with that? No? Just to run through the process, all right? So, ladies and gentlemen, from Gordon Harris Photography, obtaining his BA in photography, well, no cum laude, what happened? No depth of field, I presume, right? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, from Gordon Harris Photography, Ronald Nell to tell us more about what's going to happen today with the photos. On behalf of the University of the Free State, good morning and welcome to Graduations 2022.
I would have preferred PhD, but I don't think there is such a qualification. Good morning, folks. I would like the attention of the graduates for a moment. I just want to briefly explain the procedure you need to follow. First of all, very important that when you come forward, you have three things in your possession. The first is your name card that the institution gave you. The second, your hood or belt, which should be over your arm. And thirdly, a yellow card we gave you and asked you to complete. Please make sure this card is completed and that you do bring it with you when you come forward. Should you not have one, don't stress. As soon as I'm done here, we'll bring one to you. You'll then be asked to stand up row by row. At that point, when you get up, you're welcome to take your mask off and leave it on your chair so you don't have it in your hand. There are some stickers on the ground indicating social distancing, so please stick to those distances. And also, when you get back to your seat, please do put back your mask. You have to wear your mask, unfortunately. You will then come onto the stage one by one. and where Mishak's standing now in front of this podium, there's a black box with tape on the carpet. Please stand in that box, hand your name card to the dean who will introduce you to the audience, and when your name's read out, we will take the first photograph of you from a camera situated right in front of the stage here. Please look in that direction to ensure you get a good photograph. From there, if it is a degree that you are receiving, you will kneel down in front of the Chancellor, and that is where your qualification will be conferred, you'll be capped. And at that moment, we will take a photograph from the back of the stage. Now, very important that you please look the Chancellor in the eye. He would like to make eye contact with you, wants to congratulate you. If you look down at that point, especially those of you with long hair, your hair is going to come past your face. We're going to take a side angle of only your hair. And you'll have a difficult time on Facebook trying to explain that it is actually you on the picture. So please, just tuck your hair behind your ear. Also your tussle, you can put it on your right-hand side so that it's not obstructing your face. But also the easiest way is to just look up. If you look up and look the Chancellor in the eye, while being capped, you will not have that problem. From there, you're going to go to the end of the stage where the registrar will take your hood, place it over your shoulders, and when the band comes over your eyes, we're going to take another photograph from a camera situated in the middle of the audience there. Riatila, just flash your, from that camera. Please look in that direction, and when this band comes over your eyes, please do not look down or bend down. The registrar is standing on a box. They've done it 1,000 times already. They will get it over your shoulders. You do not have to assist them. You can just stand up, face the audience, and you'll get a good photograph. From there, you're going to leave the stage. At those tables on the side, you will get your certificate, and then follow your way back to your seat again. And as I ask, please, when you get to your seat, please just put up your mask again. Then, important that you know, these photographs are taken of everyone. We photograph every graduate. However, should you want these photographs, you need to order them. And you can order them in the exam hall, building, room 6. Photographers are set up there. You're also welcome to bring your family and friends along to have any other photograph that you'd like to have taken. We have a number of studios set up there, so you should be able to get in and out in a couple of minutes. And then lastly, if you don't have one of these yellow cards, please just raise your hand. Someone will bring one to you. Thank you very much, and enjoy your day.
Graduandi, after several years of hard work and dedication, you have earned your qualification from the University of the Free State. It is a privilege to welcome you, your family and friends to this occasion. In order to maintain the dignity of the program, you are requested to take note of the following. All graduandi and guests are to rise when the procession enters the hall. Kindly activate the silent option and avoid making loud exclamations such as whistling so as not to disturb proceedings. We ask that you please remain seated for the duration of the ceremony and avoid taking photos or videos, as an official photographer and videographer have been contracted by the UFS. At the end of the ceremony, following the singing of the national anthem, please remain standing until the Chancellor has dissolved the congregation and the main procession has left the hall. We thank you for your cooperation and hope that you will enjoy this special event with us.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. By virtue of the power vested in me as acting Chancellor, I hereby constitute this congregation of the University of the Free State for the awarding and conferral of qualifications in the Faculty of Humanities. I therefore award and confer qualifications to and on all the candidates presented by the Dean of the Faculty to this congregation. In addition, I hereby award and confer qualifications to and on those whose names appear in the program but who are not present here today. You may be seated. Dear students and distinguished guests, welcome to the graduation ceremony of the University of the Free State. We are especially pleased that your graduation ceremony can take place in person. And I think it's been for almost 2 years that we couldn't meet the way that we are meeting this morning. And it's fantastic to see one another in person, to be able to read body language because you could see expressions on people's faces, and you also could look people in the eye. So it's fantastic to be here together in person. Today is a memorable day and a culmination of the time that you spent here at the University of the Free State. You are not only becoming an alumnus of this fantastic institution, and by the way, the University of the Free State this year is 118 years old. So it's an institution that is rich in practice, rich in tradition, rich in history, and it's fantastic that we can build on that for the future. And your role as an alumnus will be important in pursuing the message about and of the University of the Free State. Congratulations to all our graduates this morning. This is a special day indeed, and it is certainly heartwarming to see so many of you being conferred these well-deserved qualifications today. And I want to emphasize that a graduation ceremony is supposed to be a joyous event. It's a celebratory event. So it's not a church service, and I would like you to express your celebration and your joy when your loved ones, and I'm talking to the audience now as well, name is called out. You should be proud of your achievements, and you should also take a moment to celebrate and acknowledge yourself. But at the same time, you would not have reached this milestone without the support of so many people around you. Let us also acknowledge and express gratitude to your support structures, your parents, your family, your extended family, your loved ones, your guardians, the lecturers that you encountered and in fact spent quite a lot of time with you while you studied. As you venture into the world, you will find yourself contemplating that your role in the world is, or what your role in the world is, and what kind of world you want to live in. Sometimes the road ahead can be challenging and complex. However, remember that the skills of hard work, resilience, and you have learned a lot about that and also experienced a lot about that during the pandemic. Determination and focus will help you to forge ahead. Also be mindful that collective and individual responsibility is important to success. This became very clear during this pandemic. And I think it also probably became clear if we think back about a week or two ago that what has happened in our province at the KwaZulu-Natal, and also in the Eastern Cape, where our fellow citizens has been impacted severely by the flooding, and we're also thinking about them at this moment in time. Reach out to others. Lend a helping hand wherever you can. Support each other. Involve yourselves in your communities. And most of all, be kind and be humane. Be mindful of these in everything you do. So graduates, I'm proud of your resilience. You've demonstrated that, and that's the reason why you're here this morning. You are truly inspiring, and I'm confident that you are well prepared to embrace the future and flourish in anything you set your mind to. Be brave, be bold, and make a difference in this world. Congratulations and thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Just making sure that everybody's awake, Acting Vice Chancellor. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a beautiful day today. The sun is out. The sky is clear. It is definitely a sign that today is graduation day, if you didn't know. A few announcements before we start. Today our Chancellor is our Vice Chancellor, and therefore when we make reference to the Acting Chancellor, it is because Professor Peterson today is wearing two hats. So he will speak sometimes as our Vice Chancellor and sometimes as our Chancellor, but he is conferring the degrees and diplomas and certificates today in his capacity as Acting Chancellor. We have a large number of dignitaries in the House. On the stage, in addition to our Vice Chancellor and Acting Chancellor, we've got our deans, President of Convocation. We even have a Deputy Prime Minister who is graduating today, but all the important dignitaries are those that will be graduating this morning, including the families and friends that will be coming to witness the graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, the university has made arrangements for official photographers who will be present in the hall as well as outside. For the graduates, you have been told and asked to please help us. There's a gentleman over there who's raising his hand who will be taking your official photograph without a mask. But secondly, please, we beg you, don't forget to smile. There is nothing worse than that graduation certificate where you look as if you are in absolute agony. The second is there are a number of us who just came in a little late, and you might have missed the pre-ceremony announcements. So we ask you to please look at page 2 of the graduation program, just to familiarize yourself. How do you do things, what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, etc. I would also be grateful if you could help us. I know that this is an exciting day and it's a fantastic event for all of us. We are all wearing masks. When we do finish at the end of the ceremony, I would be most grateful if you could take your mask with you, because after all, you should be using it. And so let's not leave the masks sitting on the chairs when we leave. The third announcement, as our Vice Chancellor said, today is a day of celebration. It's not a funeral, as he said. So I ask us to please let us celebrate in true African spirit. We are all Africans. We are not in Japan or Outer Mongolia, So let us remind people who we are when we do these celebrations. All that we ask as your university is that we celebrate the achievements of the 541 graduates this morning with dignity. Every name needs to be heard when it is called. And therefore we ask you, when you do find a way of finding the spirit in you to call out, gentlemen, your wife when she walks on the stage, because I know African men don't recognize their wives in public. When you do find it in you, please do it briefly, so that the next candidate we can hear their names being called. We ask you also, please keep your cell phones on silent for the duration of the ceremony, or on vibrate, or whatever the case may be, but we don't want to hear it, if you don't mind. However, we live in an age of social media. So, please tweet, please post, do the things that you do on social media, whether to make people jealous about the fact that they're not here, or whether to inspire them to be here to follow you in your footsteps. That is all that we ask of you. Lastly, this red carpet was made for the graduates. It wasn't made for the people on the stage. It was put out for you. Walk, graduates, please, with the confidence that you have earned your degree, your diploma, your certificate. Get people to understand that you are not scared of the red carpet. You will not allow stage fear to get into you. I have seen many strange things happen. Suddenly the knees turn to jelly when you get to the Vice Chancellor and the Chancellor, and you can't recall whether you should sit or stand or bow or whatever. Enjoy the moment and let us celebrate. To get our process going this morning, we agonized Vice Chancellor, Acting Chancellor, on how we should get this ceremony this morning going. Because these are just beautiful people in the house, we thought of contacting Amanda Black. We'll check if she's in the house. Now, South African singer Amanda Black's singing career was officially launched with the release of her debut album, Amazulu. That was in 2016. Some of you might have started your degrees then. The album and song were nominated for Record of the Year by the South African Music Awards and the Song of the Year at the Metro FM Music Awards, respectively. So, if you have never heard of Amanda Black, I feel sorry for you. Unfortunately, we couldn't get hold of Amanda. But, we have somebody who is equally and possibly even more talented than Amanda, if that is possible. Performing the song with the graduation band and saxophonist Danielle Corinio, my apologies, Danielle. Please welcome on stage one of our own, one of your own, Ntabezita, commonly known as Zamazulu. You will see her, the lady in red. Give her a warm hand.
I'm drifting away into the darkness. ndizothatha umthwalo ndubeke emqolo mama ubomi bunzima just lift my head up high open my eyes and I'll fly. Oh, I'm feeling coping, I'm feeling closer, looking up, hoping the heavens will open. Mtaliwe sulu, dikalela guwe. Open up, I'm feeling close enough. The light is shining brighter, but I'm losing my flow. Kutala, disiwantivuka, funa noluthando, difuna noluthando. Kutala, difuna ubomi buvume, vunga mangonya, vunga. Oh, vuleka, 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 vuleka masulu, vuleka masulu, vuleka masulu. Oh, vuleka, 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 vuleka masulu, vuleka masulu, vuleka masulu. I'm giving, they take it, tripping, I'm falling. Tell me I'm nothing, don't care what they're saying. I'm begging you, darling, stop losing your flow. No more drifting, no more drifting away. Live for me, little Marco. Afulekila masulu, I'm fighting for survival. Dilikawe, dilikawe, dingonyama. Yeah. Oh,
I think she deserves another big one. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. Remember the name, Ntabezida Zamazulu. Acting Chancellor, it really is now my singular pleasure and privilege to introduce our Dean of the Faculty of Humanities, Professor Hudson, to present the candidates to you.
Acting Chancellor, I have the privilege of requesting you to award the following qualifications to the candidates that I introduce to you. In the Faculty of the Humanities, bachelor's degrees, postgraduate diplomas, master's degrees, and Doctor of Philosophy. Bachelor of Arts. Hiba, SK. Machobi Tiana, Y. Mokwena, MM. Monamoncho, EML. Mosikidi, L. Van den Berg, Z. Mkholi, KP. Mkopani, SS. Wait. Chile, TP. Bachelor of Arts in Communication Science with specialization in Media Studies and Journalism. Chaka, RJ. You are allowed, students, to take your masks off for the photo. Tlwati, Z. Mamatela, SR. Tabane, NN. Bachelor of Arts in Communication Studies. Apollos, V. Bvuma, NL. Chele, RZ. Janete, Q. Kalake, T. Chachodi, KB. Chabele, MA. Kweshube MT. Lepile I. Manzini K. Mazibuko SA. Mohodi O. Yes. Thank you. Mohilwa MGC. Mulete MS. Motsamai T. Motsumi LT. Nkaba U. Nseke FT. Rasman A. Shabalala MN. Smos T. Claudi M and the degree with distinction. Bachelor of Arts in Drama and Theatre Arts. Burger M. Dainke GM. Diap CC. Dubel D and the degree with distinction. Duplessis PJGL. Gaborone Pate MMH. Graham C and the degree with distinction. Janse van Rensburg, ND. Joseph H. Creer DJ. And the degree with distinction. Mabaso SK. Malan, L, and the degree with distinction. And Clemo, GS. Rit, B. Simon, B. Sangela, L. Van Biljon, AX. Zuma, L. Bachelor of Arts in Fine Arts. Bookless, EC. Brink, LE, and the degree with distinction. Krapol, J. Shear, W. Swart, SE. Bachelor of Arts in Governance and Political Transformation. Davids, VSL. Dikobo, BHH. Dladla, T. High, NC. Kwalani, V. Okay, thank you. Yurt, TT. Khutswani, TK. Lekalake, LK. Mabengu, M, and the degree with distinction. Makabani, SD. Mak- Makwetla TJ. Malachi NP. Mantlana A. Mbangata N. Mujai SJ and the degree with distinction. Moletsane ML. Mambalo SE and the degree with distinction. Molloy NR. Muneti TBR. Moroka KS. You can go. Mosana A. Motaung KN. Motaung MA. Mpushe S. Nkwazana Z. Mtimde A. Mukuyu JA and the degree with distinction. Munyatsiva PG. Phillips BK. No Loza AF. Nosi K. Patela A. Radimakatso K. Rapetswa T. Sekele K. Serekeo N. Seti ZS. Siklali GL. Sondlo B. Taisa JLA. Teketa O. Tsi TG. Tindi MC. Vantui Z. Taba H. Tali AB and the degree with distinction. Ziklina S and the degree with distinction. Bachelor of Arts in Integrated Organizational Communication. Banda T. Boshoff M and the degree with distinction. Boza M and the degree with distinction. Bryden KA and the degree with distinction. Budu E. Dasheka ZF. Davids SVB. DeVos AJ. Ditsebe RI. Dlamini AZ. Gulam S and the degree with distinction. Hata DR. Helena A and the degree with distinction. Hlavati B. Concobe, BA and the degree with distinction. Gotlekwane, BC. Kwenane, MB and the degree with distinction. Liceo, T. Machokweni, Z. Makai, L. Makutle, P. Makoko, P.O. Matobisa, OK. Modiachotla, L. Modiba, T. Mokhwaladi, KM. Mukhale, KE. Sorry, Mukhale, ME. Molapisi, GT. Moshodi, NGR. Motlakwana, BK. Motswinning, M. Ndukula, TV. Nondwangu, S. Ramorena, RT. Rit, RIJ. Roberts, S and the degree with distinction. Cello, T. Shumane, NM. Sibia, MT. Tau, PA. Bundisa, CAS. Willemse, VN. Kaba, TM. Bachelor of Arts in Journalism. Anthony, CC. Tribini, L. Cornelius, NK. De Villiers, JT. Finger, PB. Hermans, B. Hlalele, KF. Jampies, LS. Jooste, GH. Gama, NMF. Leburu, BT. Lepodisi, P. Madonsela, MJ. Mahlangu, AL. Majela, MC. Makaile, RB. Makubela, AE. Masondo, A. Hello. Masuku, TZ. Maisela, S. Mdukulwana, A. Magelo, RTT. Meyer, MM. Nkonza, TSC. Mkungela, A. Mlalazi, MS. Modupe, MS. Mhlahlo, KE. Mpame, ZA. Charlie, TS, and the degree with distinction. Ndlela, ST. Nkoveni, NG. Poko, MB. Somi, S. Terblanche, N. Bakalisa, MS.
Mama!
Zulu, AF. Zulu, MN. Bachelor of Arts in Language Practice. Jansen van Rensburg, JJ. Josimere, KP. Koza, G. Mapeshwane, ML. Masinamela, T. Masui, R. Mfana, DP. Mughala, BM. Moholo, GC. Motupi, LG. Nogola, G. Willifant, PC. Sofotlelo, K. Skoro, MP. Truma, KS. Bachelor of Arts majoring in Anthropology and History. Hakane, KD. Bachelor of Arts majoring in Classical Studies and Art History and Visual Culture Studies. Himan, S. Bachelor of Arts majoring in Communication Science and Psychology. Blighnote, H, and a degree obtained with distinction. Diseko, IV. Dubazana, TW. Kajani, PS. Matubole, MA. Mazibuko, M. And another Mazibuko, M. Mbele, D. Mokwena, LS. Mokwena, MMJ. Mulala, MR. Muneti, LJ. Moswatsi, MP. Motudi, L. Mpobole, KM. Mwanza, MM, and a degree with distinction. Nyati M. Paulo R.J. Peter K.K. Pakati Z.P. Selo B.B. Setlare I. Steenkamp O.C. Tsolo T.M. Bachelor of Arts, majoring in English and French. Bender J.D. Bachelor of Arts, majoring in English and Sesotho. Khwabane, DCO. Mabe, DA. Bachelor of Arts, majoring in Geography and Communication Science. Klazo, FZ. Lukosi, S. Kudumo, PP. Bachelor of Arts, majoring in History and English. Mtima, NZ. Khadebe, RT. Shuping, AN. Bachelor of Arts, majoring in History and Philosophy. Klanguza, S. Bachelor of Arts, majoring in Linguistics and English. Yeftas, JJ. Motumi, T. Stallenberg, TJT, and the degree obtained with distinction. Bachelor of Arts, majoring in Linguistics and Sign Language. Mabija, N. Mvula M. Bachelor of Arts, majoring in Political Science and Philosophy. Aris D.O. Dlamini T.T. Fakude P.B. Bachelor of Arts, majoring in Psychology and English. Davids K.A. Hobwamang G.K. Hamid R. and the degree obtained with distinction. Huala M.E. Klaassen K.M. Magakosa A. Mapane M.R. and the degree with distinction. Maratela M.D. Mainkies A. and the degree with distinction. Mnisi KC. Mogwasi LP. Moglomi R. Mogatedi M. Mzimba A. Segoro PM. Bachelor of Arts, majoring in Psychology and Sesotho. Filitane T.E. Lira T.D. Mogasi D.B. Mokwena P.C. Kusala MC. Bachelor of Arts, majoring in Psychology and Sign Language. Dupree A. Marlo YD. Mosinyegi KE. Setlauno O. Bachelor of Arts, majoring in Sesotho and Sign Language. Creer G. Tsatsi DG. Bachelor of Arts with specialization in languages. Motsweneng GR. Diplomas. Postgraduate Diploma in Governance and Political Transformation. Booty Z. Halana A. Yafta MA. Hatwe KM. Holong ME. Kwadi SS. Lobe T. Mabo FSA. Manoto LW. Humbokoto NT. Mohane CR. Mohoboya ID and the diploma obtained with distinction. Mohapi T. And the Deputy Prime Minister of Lesotho, Mogoto M.E. Mopete K.H. Motokwane D.P. Msimanga N. Mtwazi S. Mufamadi MP. Nkopane MJ. Mtunya EE. Ramabina BT. Sebalo LKB. September TJ. Single MC. Vili O. Winkel KM. Zonke TS. Honours degrees. Bachelor of Arts Honours in Communication Science with specialization in Corporate and Marketing Communication. Fetile SK. Khalane SD. Hoho TN. Machakweni LO and the degree obtained with distinction. Maloka KP. Malungana H. Matsoso JM. Mofwa, MP. Mogage, T. Sefika, NL. Twalane, SM. Bachelor of Arts Honours in Communication Science with specialization in leadership communication. Diswane, T. Zingwa, SA. Isaacs, KT. Lekometsa, K. Mabe, TL. Balakwane, EN. Masaka, TC, and the degree with distinction. Matekane, LM. Molubi, DB. Mponchane, M. Selwane, D. Charlie, P. Bachelor of Arts Honours in Communication Science with specialization in media studies and journalism. Mokiti, MC. Mtembu, AM and the degree with distinction. Ngulube, MS. Willifant, J. Bachelor of Arts Honours in Drama and Theatre Arts. Badenhorst, S, and the degree with distinction. Kluter, H, and the degree with distinction. De Beer, D, and the degree with distinction. Van Rijn, R, and the degree with distinction. Bachelor of Arts Honours in Film and Visual Media. Bosch, E, and the degree with distinction. Janssen, B. Lekwati, K. Molapo, M. Swart, A, and the degree with distinction. Bachelor of Arts Honours with specialization, Gender Studies. Magapa, MC. Msibi, Z. Sesedi, PE, and the degree with distinction. Woko, LV. Bachelor of Arts Honours with specialization in Africa Studies. Chobokwane, EM. Letutla, P. Machuang, SJ. Maswabi, MP. Bachelor of Arts Honours with specialization in Art History and Visual Culture Studies. Combrink, ML, and a degree with distinction. Bachelor of Arts Honours with specialization in Classical Studies. Vermeulen, E, and the degree with distinction. Bachelor of Arts Honours with specialization in Criminology. Tsaying, M. Bachelor of Arts Honours with specialization in English, Kleinhans, C. Wookie, FA, and the degree with distinction. Bachelor of Arts Honours with specialization in French. Lambrechts, C and the degree with distinction. Bachelor of Arts Honours with specialization in Geography. Ige, OA. Kumalo, S. Ndlovu, AN. Nkho, P. Bachelor of Arts Honours with specialization in Hebrew. Dlamini, VDN. Bachelor of Arts Honours with specialization in History. Matlala, LD. Bachelor of Arts Honours with specialization in Language Practice. Base, L, and the degree with distinction. Mkele, Z. Sigojo, K. Bachelor of Arts Honours with specialization in Linguistics. Manyongwana, S. Van Aswegen, CJS. Bachelor of Arts Honours with specialization in Political Science. De Kluiver, JC, and the degree with distinction. Mayinga, LN. Bachelor of Arts Honours with specialization in Sociology. Kalane, IM. Mkatlolang, TE. Bachelor of Arts Honours with specialization in South African Sign Language. Lesole, SM. Mashinini, L. Mare, CS. Matasane, BE. Mfingwana, BN. Mokare, PM. Mukele, KL. Sikiti, LS. Master's degrees. Master of Arts in Film and Visual Media. Janse van Rensburg, Rudike, degree obtained with distinction. Master of Arts in Governance and Political Transformation. April, NA. Gasekwe, MD. Gonye, C. Kegakilwe, KP. Homo, JH. Ledwaba, CM. Letswara, TJ. Mbata, LP. Mninzelva, XG. Mugeti, NW. Monsi Wahai, MN. Musala, SM. Nyaba, S. Ramalepe, LV, and the degree with distinction. Rasei, NE. Master of Arts with specialization in Afrikaans and Dutch. Van Rensburg, E. Master of Arts with specialization in creative writing in Afrikaans. Van Blerk, R. Verster, P. Master of Arts with specialization in classical languages. Rautenbach, C, and the degree obtained with distinction. Master of Arts with specialization in English. Dix, TT, and the degree with distinction. Master of Arts with specialization in language practice. Els, D. Master of Philosophy in Africa Studies. Cindy, L. Ramona Heng, SMP. Bachelor of Arts in Communication Studies. Liania, ME. Bachelor of Arts in Language Practice. Mnisi, OTT. Bachelor of Arts in Integrated Organizational Communication. C, MK. Acting Chancellor, I have the privilege of requesting you to confer doctoral degrees on the candidates presented to you. I request the promoters to introduce their candidates to you. Doctor of Philosophy with specialization in Africa Studies.
Mr. Chancellor, allow me to introduce you to Dr. Randers Nobre de Jesus Varela Kanyanga. With his thesis titled Democratization and State Building in Lusophone African States, the Cases of Cape Verde and Mozambique, the candidate contributes to scholarship on the political dynamics of political transitions and democratization in an African context. The candidate focused on an institutionalist approach in unpacking the dynamics that shape both good governance and socioeconomic development, with a focus on the two case studies, Cape Verde, a relatively strong democracy in Lusophone Africa, and Mozambique, a hybrid regime in Lusophone Africa. Mr. Chancellor, I present Dr. Nobre de Jesus Varela Kanyanga.
Chancellor, allow me to introduce you to Dr. Ruan Fourie. The candidate explains why and how the Dutch Reformed Church played a significant role in perpetuating an anti-communist imagination amongst 20th century Afrikaners. Drawing from the most recent theories on anti-communism, this thesis decenters the state and further expands the dynamics of South African anti-communism beyond a Cold War paradigm and embraces the flexibility of the phenomenon. It offers an original account of South African anti-communism by integrating a wide range of archival sources of key role players and organizations into a single chronological narrative. This thesis ultimately argues that the DRC formed the backbone of Afrikaner anti-communism throughout the 20th century and concludes that Afrikaner anti-communism functioned as a vehicle for nationalist unity and uniformity, a paradigm for shaping Afrikaner identity and a legitimizer of the folk's perceptions of its imagined moral high ground. Chancellor, I present to you Ruan Fourie.
Chancellor, allow me to introduce you to Dr. Randa Mahomva Sarutsai Chipu Mutsa. The candidate looked at the provision of care to the elderly in families in present-day Harare. Since people live longer in modern times, her findings have increased relevance for the different spheres of life. A merit of the findings is that previous studies focused mainly on hegemonic forms of masculinities and neglected other forms as identified in this study. Sarutsai managed to incorporate different theoretical frameworks into the data analysis process. The candidate demonstrated the ability to discuss findings systematically in a coherent and logical manner, contributing to the body of knowledge in gender studies. Chancellor, I present to you Mahomva, Dr. Mahomva Sarutsai Chipu Mutsa.
Acting Chancellor, allow me to introduce to you Molete Nathan Tebogo. With his study, the candidate makes a significant theoretical and empirical contribution to the fields of security and development, as well as the nexus between them, through the application of decolonial theory to the case study of Sierra Leone. The study examines why reconstruction and development processes in post-conflict African states like Sierra Leone, pursued with the security development nexus, have been frequently unsuccessful. Moving beyond a mere critique of the coloniality of liberal peace-building approaches to security sector reform, the candidate demonstrates a nuanced understanding of both the strengths and limitations of this body of literature. The candidate challenges the conflation of security and development in theory and practice and frames decolonized security, decolonized development, and a decolonized security development nexus as alternative conceptualizations that are Africa-centered, more suited to the African post-conflict situation, and premised on the concerns of local people rather than states. Acting Chancellor, I present to you Molete Nathan Tebogo.
this one. Mr. Acting Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Chris Foster. With his thesis, 'n praktykgebaseerde perspektief op Frans Marx as die sentrale figuur in die ontstaan van die eerste Afrikaanse TV-dagvolverhaal, in English, a practice-based perspective on Franz Marx as the central figure in the conception of the first Afrikaans TV daily serial drama. The candidate contributes to the existing historical records on Franz Marx's extensive career and the origin of daily serial dramas and soap operas in South Africa. With this contribution, he attempts to investigate the various factors that influenced and equipped Franz Marx's creativity as actor, director, and writer, culminating in the conception of the first Afrikaans TV serial drama, Egoli, Place of Gold. Acting Chancellor, Dr. Foster is the first candidate to obtain this degree at the University of the Free State. I present to you Dr. Chris Foster.
Acting Chancellor, allow me to introduce to you Dr. Knowles Calvin David. With his thesis and analysis of emerging governing coalitions at the local level in South Africa with a specific focus on Johannesburg and Nelson Mandela Bay, the candidate makes a valuable contribution to the field of governance and political transformation. The study demonstrates that the efficiency or inefficiency of government of these two metros are measurable in order to arrive at a tangible evidence of whether these coalitions have led to good governance or not. With his contribution, he determined whether the emerging coalitions have in fact contributed to good governance and which of these influenced governance in these metros. This study also contributes to the body of knowledge by contrasting a European phenomenon with what transpires on the local level in South Africa, and has determined that coalition theories emerging from Western Europe are insufficient to explain theorization of social division factors that are unique to South Africa. Acting Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Calvin David Knowles.
Acting Chancellor, allow me to introduce to you Dr. Pukunsi Gailibali Lily. With a contribution, the candidate attempts to determine the effectiveness of South African youth development policies in ensuring development and empowerment, particularly with regard to employment amongst youth in the country. The study focuses on developing a strategy and theoretical framework to address these challenges and attempts to synergize the policy implementation process for efficiency and accountability in governance. The study concludes that network governance should be applied in South Africa and is necessary to address youth unemployment from a collective worldview. Acting Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Pukunsi Gailibali Lily.
Acting Chancellor, allow me to introduce to you the Doctorandus Moemi Mokoditwa Eliakim. The candidate focuses on whites' involvement in South Africa's liberation struggle with reference to the Orange Free State and Transvaal. It encompasses a period from 1950s to the 1990s and considers the way regional histories have been marginalized from the broader liberation historiography. It challenges the narrative that the struggle for the country's liberation was the domain of only black South Africans, with a limited role played by the white political activists within the liberation movements and organizations. It adds a new dimension to the growing liberation history scholarship by offering a regional and local perspective to the political developments in the period under discussion. It recognizes the contribution of these pockets of white progressive liberals and their organizations, as well as those extreme liberals who operated outside the main political strata. It also considers the political construct of whiteness and how it impacted the liberation struggle. Mr. Acting Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Alec Mokoditwa Eliakim Moemi.
Acting Chancellor, allow me to introduce you to Dr. Randus Mogele Aaron Halahala. With his thesis, Social Linguistics of Lesotho English in the Kingdom of Lesotho, the candidate makes a contribution to the social linguistics of world Englishes. With this contribution, he analyzes phonological, morphosyntactic, and lexical features of Lesotho English and concludes that Lesotho English could be seen as bearing both nativized, endonormative, and exonormative variations of English, thereby being comparable to other outer circle and inner circle Englishes. Acting Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Mogele Aaron Halahala.
Acting Chancellor, allow me to introduce you to Dr. João Pedro Mabei Vunsa, who has written a thesis with the title Bad Faith and Underdevelopment in Africa, the Case of the Democratic Republic of Congo. In this study, the candidate investigates Jean-Paul Sartre's philosophical concept of bad faith, critically in relation to the situation of underdevelopment and development in Africa in general, and more specifically the socio-economic situation in the Democratic Republic of the Congo in particular. This study uses existential phenomenological interpretation of bad faith, mauvaise foi, within the African context. Mr. Acting Chancellor, let me present you then to Dr. João Pedro Mabei Vunsa.
Acting Chancellor, allow me to present to you candidate Skuman Petrus Albertus with a thesis titled Beyond the State-Centric Lens of the Fragile State Discourse, the Case for Hybrid Political Orders in Somaliland. He makes a contribution to the scholarship of a post-Western revisionist and alternative perspective on current state-building practices by emphasizing the role of a hybrid political order as such an alternative form of state-building in Somaliland. Current IR theory, with a particular emphasis on statehood, the fragile state perspective and state building, is accused of being exclusive and catering to the needs of small elites and excluding the rights and contributions of the majority of the world population. Rather than exaggerating the politics of public bodies, the candidate argues that political science and IR theory should place greater emphasis on people and politics at grassroots level during state-building endeavors. Acting Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Albert Skuman.
Mr. Acting Chancellor, allow me to introduce to you Dr. Nhlapo Msilane Andrew with a thesis titled Historical Perspectives of the Development of Sociolinguistics with reference to syntactic categories. The candidate contributes to the scholarship of African Languages Linguistic Studies with his thesis titled Historical Perspective of the Development of Sociolinguistics with reference to syntactic categories. The study has explored the general characteristics of a particular linguistic period to determine to the extent to which the linguistic status and the development of sociosyntactic categories align to the empirical linguistic periods, as well as the extent to which these categories have changed over time. The candidate followed a descriptive research design using Crowley's comparative methods on historical linguistics. The study has found that the analysis of grammatical phenomena at different times in the history of African languages was patterned and classified according to the European classical languages and according to the prominent characteristic of a particular linguistic period, despite their unique grammatical structures. However, the arrival of the modern linguistic approaches that filtered through at a later stage has enabled the study to recognize the uniqueness of the syntactic categories in African languages, a uniqueness that has brought them back into their spaces of history and which has secured their lost identity. Mr. Acting Chancellor, I present to you Dr. Nhlapo Msilane Andrew.
Acting Chancellor, allow me the privilege of requesting you to present in absentia the following medals, 2 Dean's Medals and 1 Senate Medal to the following recipients. Awarded to a student who has achieved the best results in respect of a bachelor's honours degree in the Faculty of the Humanities, Bachelor of Arts, honours with specialization in Hebrew, and the recipient is Bethany Winter Case. awarded to a student who has achieved the best results in respect of a master's degree in the Faculty of the Humanities, Masters of Arts with specialization in Hebrew. Acting Chancellor, the recipient is Jonathan Stephen Kera. And then the Senate Medal, awarded to a student who has received a Dean's Medal and who obtained the highest weighted average percentage in all the faculties. And this is going to Bethany Winter Case.
Acting Chancellor, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, for those that are wearing black gowns tonight, I hope you are inspired to one day wear a red one. I guarantee you it feels good to wear a red gown. Let's give them a big round of applause. Similarly, I think we need to give another big round to Bethany and Jonathan, and Bethany in particular, for achieving both a Dean's Medal and a Senate Medal in the manner that I think Professor Hudson We are a university of excellence. We celebrate excellence. It doesn't matter where it is, who it comes from, but what we are is about the pursuit of excellence in everything that we do. And so, Professor Hudson, I don't know if I got my numbers right, but I suspect almost 3/4, if not more, of all those that walk past here, almost 3/4 of those that got distinctions were women. We must aspire for that. We must find creative ways of getting more of us to aspire for higher order. And for the gentlemen in the House, the challenge is on us to rise to the occasion to ensure that next time we have a 50-50 at least. Ladies and gentlemen, everything that starts has to end. We have come to the end of our ceremony this morning, and all that is left of me is to be given the singular honor, privilege, and delight, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, the Grand Juandi that are with us, to request our Vice Chancellor and our Acting Chancellor to present the congratulatory address to those that graduated today. Professor Peterson.
Well, I think we can, or you can give you all another hand of applause. Well done on the achievements. You know, a couple of years back, about 2 or 3 years ago, we had an arrangement that we had a separate ceremony for postgraduate qualifications and postgraduate graduation ceremony. And I said that is not a good thing, because I believe that it should be integrated with the faculties, because the inspiration of what we have seen towards the end of the ceremony, of the number of doctoral candidates and now doctoral doctorates that have passed the stage, also need to serve as an inspiration for those that have started with a diploma or degree, undergraduate degree or honors, to achieve on a later stage in life and PhD. So from my side, on behalf of the executive, I also just would like to say congratulations again, specifically to those that achieved doctoral degrees this morning. Another hand of applause to them. But I think you will agree with me that your achievements would not have been possible with the support of loved ones. Those are the parents, the guardians, friends, family members, community members that supported you. So I would like you as the graduates to try to make eye contact with your family members in the audience and just express your appreciation for their support. I think you can do better than that. You can give a hand of applause to them. Thank you. Now, our academics that sits here on my right and on my left, and also on the stage, they also have played a critical role in bringing you here today, this morning. They have supported you not only purely from a technical or curriculum perspective, but potentially also emotionally, and have gone the extra mile if you needed that. And I would like you to also put your hands together for our academics on my right, on my left, and on the stage. You know, they say that the academics are the brain trust of any university. And it's often the quality of the university that is measured, the quality of their academic staff. And on behalf of the executive, I would like to say thank you to our academic staff for the commitment, the dedication, sometimes through difficult times, how you have adjusted. Obviously the graduates also have adjusted, but how you have adjusted in delivering the material and the content during the pandemic. That is fantastic, and I'm proud to be associated with a university with the caliber of academic staff that we've got. So I think we can give them another hand of applause. But the university not only consists of our academic staff. In fact, there's another group which we call the support staff. And in any university, you might get a ratio of 1 to 2, 1 academic to 2 support staff, or 1 academic to 3 support staff. At the University of the Free State, we got a total number of 5,500 staff on our 3 campuses. And I would say 2/3 of them, almost 2/3 of them, would be support staff. They are the staff that you probably would notice in the background. They're not wearing specific gowns today, but they are the staff from the student academic services, from the graduation unit within that division, to make sure that ceremonies like this is happening, and all of the organization and planning goes into it. They are staff that look after the residences that you live in. They are the staff that protect our campuses, on all of our 3 campuses. And they are the staff that deal with applications. We typically get over 120,000 applications for 8,100 first-year places, and they have to work through all of that. They are the staff that don't often are recognized. And I want to use this opportunity to say thank you to the staff, the support staff. Without you, this university is not going to be functioning the way that it should. Without you, our brain trust, not that you are also part of the brain trust, but I'm talking about the academics, would not be functioning the way that they could. and the way that they should. So I would like you to put your hands together for our support staff at this university. So now that you have graduated from the University of the Free State, you become alumni of the university. Now, alumni has got that part where the alumni is belonging to what I would call an elite group of the university. It's called the Convocation. And we are glad also to have the president of the Convocation, Dr. Peter de Tooy, on the stage. The University of the Free State have possibly got about, I haven't got the actual numbers, but close to 130, 140,000 alumni across the globe. And for me, the role that a member of the Convocation will play is that you will have the opportunity to participate in the election of the Chancellor of this university. Our current Chancellor is Professor Bonang Mohale. He could not be here today. He was here at 2 ceremonies yesterday, and you will have an opportunity to participate. But the other important aspect or contribution of the Convocation, the way I often express it is the Convocation is the continuity between the past, the present, and the future. And you will have to ensure that the quality of the degree that you obtain today remain the same quality, but perhaps even better going forward. You will have to critique our academic staff, the executive, if you feel that the university is not actually speaking out or doing things that they should be doing or doing things that they should not be doing. And that continuity is very critical. So I would like you to take up that baton and help us to make sure that we build even a better university. In 2034, and we at the moment working on a strategy, this university will be 130 years old. And we're working on a Vision 130 to be able to position ourselves to that specific milestone. Your input, doesn't matter whether you're here or not at the university, is going to be critical. And then obviously we will also want to keep in contact with you. We would like to hear your input and perhaps like to get your contributions also, financial contributions that help us to build an even better university. So please keep in contact with the University of the Free State, with your university. And again, I would like to say hearty congratulations to all of you. Go out there and make the world a better place. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the proceedings for this morning. The university takes great pleasure in inviting you, all the graduates and their guests, to exam room number 4, where tea, coffee, and soft drinks will be served. The national anthem will now be played. After that, you are requested to remain standing while the congregation is dissolved and the main and academic processions leave the hall. Could I ask you to please rise? Thank you. by virtue of the power vested in me as acting Chancellor, I hereby dissolve this congregation of the University of the Free State.